You're watching award-winning D93 News with Samantha Williams and Phil Campbell, number one in the Gem State.
Well, hello and welcome to D93 News.
November is in the books, the second trimester is underway, and December has definitely arrived in D93.
Absolutely. I don't know if you can see out there, but it is awful. We live in Idaho, and it does snow in December, but what constitutes a snow day, and how is that determined? For that, we'll fire up the D93 VCR for Sam's story in D93 News Rewind.
The decision to close school is taken very seriously. There are many variables that are considered before making this decision, and safety is always the top priority. With weather patterns that change hourly in this area, it is very difficult to accurately predict snow days a day or two in advance. Therefore, starting at 5 a.m., we have at least 3 administrators driving the roads, determining if buses can safely transport our students and to check wind chill temperatures at different locations throughout the district. We are also in constant contact with Road and Bridge on the timelines and progress of their road plowing efforts. This is continually done until 6 a.m. when we aim to have a decision made. Having some employees, mostly bus drivers and cooks, leaving their homes extremely early each morning, we strive to make the decision to hold or cancel school by 6 a.m. the morning of the school day. As real-time weather information is being gathered, Superintendent Shackett is in contact with superintendents in District 91, Shelley, and sometimes Rigby to monitor their decision-making process. At 6 a.m., sometimes 6:20 on the more difficult calls, the decision is made. If it is to cancel school, the media outlets are immediately called, and you should be getting the word within minutes. If we are not canceling school, we do not contact the media, and you will not hear Bonneville School District listed among the closures being announced on radio and television.
Check conditions to see how the roads are, have great communication with Bonneville County Road and Bridge. They help our buses go in the morning. If we feel it's safe for the majority of the students to get to school and the buses to run like a day today, then we're gonna go ahead and have school.
Now, you always have the option to keep your kids home if you think it's unsafe. Our school safety team tries to get to as many areas as possible before making the decision to close schools, but they can't be everywhere, and the roads might be a lot worse where you live. Sam, you're experiencing some of that. You live up on a hill now.
I did, and wow, it was pretty slick and a lot of snow, but it was safe to travel on if you went really, really slow, and I always leave a few minutes earlier than usual.
Well, the Board of Trustees is that they have to make a decision coming up pretty quick if they want to get something on the March ballot. The board has scheduled a work session, and they had one last week, too, to discuss solutions. They've been talking about this for the better part of a year as they get closer to making that decision. If they have to do something in their next board meeting, which is scheduled next week. And as always, you can find both of those meetings streamed live on our social media platform. Sam, a lot to discuss there.
Lots to discuss with what to run for and with the bond, and there's so many factors into this decision that they really want to make the right decision at the right time.
Not to mention the kids. I mean, and the board really, that's the top priority is safety and best education for the kids in D93.
Absolutely, and that is the first thing on their mind.
Idaho, number 21.
Jared Stutzman is back in the Gem State, and he's quickly becoming a leader for his new team, the Idaho State Bengals. Jared led all scorers with 20 points. He went 7 for 10 from the field and made 4 out of 7 3-pointers from beyond the arc in a 93-71 win over Bethesda. He and the Bengals have the next 3 games at home. They host Cal State Northridge on Wednesday and NNU on Saturday. Both games are in the Holt Arena. Your favorite place, Phil?
It is. Don't look now, but the Hillcrest Knights boys basketball team looks awfully good. Coach Austin told us this earlier this year. Back in the fall, we saw him at Thunder Stadium. He said our team's going to be pretty good, and he's been right so far. They're 4-0, and they just whipped up on a couple of teams down in Utah. They're hosting Skyline tonight in the Dungeon.
And Bonneville continues to try to find their way after losing a huge chunk of their team last year to graduation. Coach Tucker has the fellows competing in all of their games, and they'll look to pick up their second win on the year tonight as they host the Idaho Falls Tigers at the Hive.
It's a huge week for our girls teams too, Sam. both Bonneville and Hillcrest. They start league play, and it starts tomorrow night for Hillcrest as they host Madison. An undefeated Bonneville has one last tune-up game. That's tomorrow night before they host the Civil War. That's Friday night. And of course, we will be streaming it live on our Facebook page. Watch for the Grease Monkey pregame show to start about 10 minutes before tip-off. Excited. Football was here. Now it's time for basketball.
Basketball, a lot warmer in there.